Most welcome to this program, Sri K.V. Sridhar's ex-National Secretary ನವದೆಹಲಿ ಅವರು ಒಡವಲಿನ ಭಾಗಿಯಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಎಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಸ್ಪೀಕರ್ ನಾವು ಕೇಳಿದ್ದೀವಿ, ಕಾತರದಿಂದ ಕಾಯ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. ಸರ್, ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ವೆಲ್ಕಮ್ ಟು ದಿಸ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Respected President of the meeting, my beloved Divisional Secretary Comrade Avinash Kambali, our respected Circle President Comrade Chandraswamy, my beloved friend and also your Circle Secretary Comrade Janagiram, Comrade Bhaskar, Dharmendra, and so many officers I have seen in the dais, and all my beloved comrades and friends. At the outset, I am conveying my sincere thanks to all of you, but at the same time, I am missing this very great opportunity to be with you, to be in the midst of you on this happy occasion due to my sudden ailment, which I have to force to cancel the trip. Otherwise, I would have been with you and I would have shared more things with you in your August meeting. Anyhow, I am unfortunate. Kindly excuse me, and I pray my pardon because I have missed the very greatest opportunity. Comrades, nowadays, there is a sea changes taking place in the department. After 2009, there is a mass recruitment in the Department of Post. And today, within these 15 years, 80% of the postal assistants and also the supervisors, etc., they were recruited after 2009. Only 20% of the old people are here, and 80% of the youngsters are working in the postal department. And there is a dire need that all young comrades should aware of the importance of the trade union, not only the importance of the trade union, but also how to lead the trade union movement further also. This is the basic need of the hour. You are gathering at this juncture. I am confident that even in your division, in your Karwar division, I think it will be more than 70% young comrades. And there may be very little people, and they are also going to be retired very shortly, because there was a huge gap of recruitment after 1985. That is the RTP batch. And thereafter, all are retiring one by one. And after some years, after 3 or 4 years, the senior most will be the postal assistant recruited in the year of 2009 only. This is a state of affairs in the Department of Post. But I can frankly admit, it is a mistake of the erstwhile leadership, that is the existing leadership, to educate properly the younger generation and mold them to the suit for taking up, for carrying forward the trade union movement further. We have miserably failed at this juncture. If the same situation continues for another 2 or 3 years, there will be dearth of leadership at the local level. And most of the youngsters, they may not be interested to join the union in future. Because now mostly direct recruitment only. Even postmen and others also, GDS, nowadays recruited are mostly graduates, and thereafter they are becoming the postman, and immediately they are passing the LGO examination, and most of the comrades are well educated. And also they are comparing their status, work culture, everything with their counterparts in the other departments, other private sectors. You see, now for a entry pay scale for a postal assistant, that is very higher than the LIC employees, banking employees, and also other government employees. But whereas this is not the state of affairs in any other private sector. Even the BTech qualified personnel, who may be your counterpart in the college or some institution, they are not getting more than 25,000 per month. We are seeing only very few fortunate people are getting more salary and rest of them are getting the lesser salary. So naturally, your mindset, you are comparing with the people who are toiling in the private sector for 18,000, 25,000 for more than 12 hours, 13 hours like this. And after comparing yourself with them, you are seeing you are actually losing hope in your rights, actually to keep up your rights, actually, the trade union rights, which we fought earlier and which is said to be enjoyed by all of you. You are not enjoying nowadays. You are ready to work for 12 hours in the post offices without asking any remuneration. Because you are losing faith in the trade union. I'm sorry to say this. Don't mistake me. I'm frankly telling you. But one thing, for the last 1 year, our union has been de-recognized. There are other two unions are there. The Department of Post has issued various retrograde orders. All are negative orders only. But nobody could challenge those orders because every felt the absence of the NFPE and the AAPU Group C. Because of non-recognition, most of the injustice being caused to the postal employees have not been questioned by the postal workers. So the trade union is a must. If trade union is not available, nobody will get their benefits actually. What are all the benefits we are today enjoying because of the benefits, because of the sacrifice of the leaders in the trade union movement. The trade union movement have its own validity. I am saying you one thing, one small example. During 1960, we went on 3-day strike actually. Are you hearing me clearly, Avinash? Are you hearing? Are you hearing me clearly?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
Shall I continue?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, thank you. Actually, there was a strike for 5 days in 1960. That is from 12th July 1960. 5-day strike. What was the demand at the time? The demand was, we need a minimum wage. What is the minimum wage? The government has set up a committee under the head of Dr. Ackroyd, who formulated a formula. In one family, there is one male and a wife and 2 children. 4 are consisting one unit. That is one family. For the male, he require 1 unit. For the female, they require 0.8 units. Children, 0.6 units. So for a total family, 3 units is required for their livelihood, for a decent livelihood. For their clothes, food, residence, and everything, there was a formula arrived by the government of India under the chairmanship of Dr. Ackroyd. But government don't want to implement during 1960. I'm telling you, during 1960, they don't want to implement it. So, central government employees, they went on strike for 5 days from 12th July 1960. During the strike, our leaders have been handcuffed, arrested. The Secretary General at that time, one PSR Anjaneyadu, he was handcuffed and also putting bar in his leg. And he was stranded on the roads, street, and put into jail just for announcing this strike. After this strike, our NFPT union, that is the NFPT, there was only one union at that time. That was de-recognized. And more than 50,000 employees have been retrenched, dismissed, and issued so many show-cause notices, etc. 2 years, our recognition has been withdrawn. After that, by a court order, we got the recognition back. There were more victimization. Our leaders have been harassed like anything. So many charge sheets, so many things. But everything we have cleared later on. That is not the issue now I am going to discuss. The major demand we put forth was the need-based minimum wage during 1960 strike. That was not implemented at the time. At the strike time, it was not implemented. But it forced the government to form a negotiation table. The JCM National Council was inaugurated thereafter only based on the Whiteley Council of the British, and it came into effect during 1966 because of the strike conducted by the central government employees during 1960. There was not an immediate effect, but later on it was there. And subsequently, during 1968, the same need-based minimum wage, which was discussed, which was placed as the major demand during 1960 strike, has not been accepted but neglected by the government. There was a huge harassment and the recognition was withdrawn at that time. Even after that also, it was placed as one of the subjected to be discussed in the National Council JCM during 1966, after its formation. And thereafter, the government is not ready to sign it for the Board of Arbitration. There is a system in the JCM National Council or JCM Departmental Council also. When you are discussing with the issue with the department or government, if they are not agreeing, that will be referred to a Board of Arbitration. That is a third person. And whatever be the decision of the Board of Arbitration, that should be accepted. If the government don't want to accept it, it should be placed in the Parliament, and Parliament can alone reject the Board of Arbitration awards. This is the ruling they made as per the JCM National Council, JCM rules actually. Even in the Departmental Council, it is applicable. But we are not using it, that is another aspect. After this, 1966, it was pleaded to add it as a Board of Arbitration, to refer it to the Board of Arbitration. It was refused. After that, there was one-day strike to register our protest on 1968. There was only one-day strike demanding the need-based minimum wage. The government took it iron hand. It has dismissed 17,800 workers. 23,098 workers have been issued charge sheets. 45,945 workers have been faced disciplinary charges. 9 comrades have shot deaths. One comrade was pulled down from the Indraprastha office in Delhi from 4th floor to ground floor, and he fell down and he died. And another incident in Punjab, before that time, there was a hartal, Pathankot. At that time, the military has gone back to the engine driver and put the gun on his shoulder and asked him to run the train. 5 comrades have smashed and died at the spot itself. All those are all having their own ambition, desire, their family and everything. But they sacrificed for the cause of the demand, for the unity. This is the trade union. Because of the 1968 strike, our union has been de-recognized immediately on the very same day. Actually, the strike went on September 98. Immediately, our recognition has been withdrawn. On the same day, government called the leaders who are disassociated with the NFPE for their personal reasons, like K. Ramamurthy and others, and granted them the recognition. You can form the union at any level. Whoever say they will be your secretary, they will be your office bearer. You are having every right. You can form everything, and all the negotiation firm, everything, it will be granted to you. Because of this, the National Union, that is FNBO, was formed at the time of sabotage of our 1968 struggle. On 21/9, the union has been given the recognition. You could just imagine 2 days. Our union recognition has been withdrawn. After what happened actually, more than 2.5 years, we struggled without recognition. We struggled without recognition. But members have not lost faith in our union. I'm citing an example. After the derecognition, and also after granting recognition to the National Union, both the leaders were waiting to meet the Secretary Department of Post. They were waiting in the reception. When DG entered the room, he immediately called the NFPE leaders, "You come inside." One of our leaders sarcastically asked the Director General at that time, "Sir, when recognized unions are waiting outside, you are calling the unrecognized. What, sir?" Then the DG told, no, they are recognized by us, but you are recognized by the workers." This was the statement of the officers during 1970. Even though we are not having the recognition, the respect was given only to the National Federation of Postal Employees, that is All India Postal Employees Union Group C, is also a part and parcel of NFPE. You just imagine. And even after giving that much of patronage by the Congress government, right from 1969, that is more than around 50 years, what is their growth? They are still in 18%, 19%. They could not grow. But even though we have been derecognized twice, our percentage is still holding 65 to 70% in the Department of Post. Because the workers, even though they are not fully participating with the day-to-day activities of the union, they are observing. They are observing which union is functioning, which is the effective union, and they are always belonging to this also. You can write it on the wall. I am saying, as a senior person having experience of around 50 years in the trade union in Postal, I am saying you. Tomorrow we are going to get our recognition back because of the Ranchi court orders. They cannot delay hereafter. There is no justification for continuous of derecognition to our union. They have to recognize. They have no other alternate. They have to do it. While doing so, the next process of verification, it is going to be commenced next month as per the information we gathered. If it's so, you can note it down. You write it in your wall. Our NFPE will get the same or more or less for 4 or 5%. There may be erosion in the membership because of the derecognition and because of the continuous patronage extended to the Bharatiya Union by the government. But whereas it was a struggle between the FNBU and the Bharatiya Union to claim for the second union. Who will come? Whether Bharatiya Union may take over the National Union also this time because of their some expansion in the northern area, and they are scrapping and they are swallowing the membership of the National Union. This is the reality I am saying you. And also, whatever the struggles conducted by the working class, it will never be wasted. There will be some importance. There will be some prominence. And even though the issue has not been resorted immediately after the struggle, it cannot be permanently stalled. It will be solved. It will be resorted. That's why I am coming back to the original point. During 1960, what was our demand? Need-based minimum wage. We sacrificed a lot. During 1968, what was our demand? Need-based minimum wage. But what happened? Even though we could not achieve the same, we got it. We achieved this during the Fifth Pay Commission. During the Fifth Pay Commission, our wage revision has been made as per the Dr. Ackroyd formula. The need-based minimum wage has came into effect in the Department of Post. While drafting the memorandum for the Sixth Pay Commission and Seventh Pay Commission, I was associated at Delhi at that time and also totally involved in this. The leadership are having a confusion what best we can ask instead of Dr. Ackroyd formula. We have to see another formula. developing, actually, that requires some development to upright formula also. We are planning, and even before the 8th Pay Commission, definitely the staff side will not demand for the Dr. Upright formula. It will be better than and more than the upright formula. This is a very glaring example. Whether trade union can sort out this or not, you can very well understand it is possible for the trade union. It is possible. I am just recollecting one more incident which I faced during my tenure as a General Secretary. The department has engaged with the McKinsey, not only for the recommendations for the improvement of the postal, they have been given the implementation also to the McKinsey. So most of the places they were closing the RMS offices. They have decided to close 9,797 post offices. At a pen stroke, more than 6,800 sorting postmen and cash overseer posts have been abolished, totally abolished. And because of the formation of speed post of so many areas, there was a very big change took place. And the department and McKinsey has planned to segregate the postal services into two. One is a front office and another is a back office. The front office means it is a postal counter operations as well as all other work, everything it is a front office. And the sorting office and the delivery, everything they want to merge and make it as a backside office. So they have already decided and they have given all these things. I was the General Secretary P3 at that time and Comrade Kishan was the Secretary General at that time. Both were working together. During that time, there was a serious discussion, marathon discussion for 3 days, not 1 day or not 2 hours like this. From morning to night, 3 days discussion. Radhika Dorasamy was the Director General Secretary at that time. 3 days discussion. At one stage, so for the speed post hub, etc., we are not having the full particulars because the circuit secretaries have not furnished full data. They are simply crying, we are facing problem like this, including the RMS. Nobody has given the full particulars for discussion before the department. During the discussion table, one officer, I don't want to mention her name, she said, they are very effectively, McKinsey is implementing. This is very beneficial to the RMS officers. And like this, she was talking like this. At one time, we are not having sufficient points at this juncture to counter the officers. We were not having at that time. At that time, a loose word was, uttered by our DDG at that time. No, don't think McKinsey are fools. That's for the simple word. I stood up immediately. Then do you mean that are we fools? You are saying McKinsey is not fool means that are we fools? No, we don't want to have discussion like this. I stood up. Immediately, Comrade Kishan, Secretary General NFPE, and Comrade Tyagarajan, Secretary General FNBO, they also stood up, and there was a pandemonium created. Secretary told, please resume. I don't want like this, because I was not only the General Secretary for the P3, I was the leader of the staff side. That was the added advantage for me at that time. Immediately, Secretary is requesting us, please don't go there, let us have discussion something. No, thereafter we told, no, today we don't want to discuss something. Then Secretary told, tomorrow we will meet, morning 9 o'clock we will meet. We dispersed. Next day, the DDG was night camp. Whole night, we burned the midnight oil. Myself and Krishnan, we did not sleep at that day. Whole night, we collected all the particulars. On the next day, before the negotiation table, we placed everything. I can say proudly, on the very same day itself, the McKinsey was dropped for its implementation in the postal. The order for closure of 9,797 post offices, that order was cancelled, and thereafter one order was issued. Whenever there is a need for closure of any post office, there should be a simultaneous reopening of any post offices in some other places. A very clear-cut order it was issued. That order is still speaking. That order is very much useful against the closure of post offices even on today. I can proudly say. And all the sorting postmen posts, around 6,700, which were abolished, that were revived, and all the posts have been now came into existence. How it could be made? Because of the union. If there is no union, there will be no protection for our employees. Don't forget, without union, nothing can be sorted out. We may think, no, if we are having the goodwill of the officers, and if we have been transferred from this place to that place during the rotation transfer, it will be sufficient like this. It is not sufficient. For safeguarding your interest, the union is a must. Without union, nothing can be advanced in any other area, any other sector. Today in the IT sector, the people are more exploited because there is no proper trade union. But here is not like this. There are set of rules. There are set of instruction, what to do, what should not to do like this. So we need not worry about it. And also, our postal department is the only department. If you are not corrupt, you need not worry for anything, and nothing can be done against you. If you are not misappropriated any amount, if you are not corrupt, if you are sincere worker, nobody can shake you. You can fight against the administration at any level. I can say you one important thing, but many people don't know this. The SSPs are not armed with full powers. They are not armed with full powers. Don't think like this. It is not the case. They are also government servant like us only. Because they are SP, they are doing their duty. Because we are postal assistant, LIG like this, we are doing like this. That does not mean they are possessing the superlative authorities and superlative powers like this. Nothing else. There is one order issued during 1988 in all the divisional offices. Whatever be the tender, whatever be the quotations, whatever be the transfer, the seniority, request, everything, medical bill, when it was received, when it was disposed, when it was sent for verification, everything they have to display in the notice for every day. Whether any divisional office is doing. It is a Central Vigilance Commission order based on this Department of Posts issued on 11/9/1988. That order has not been implemented in any division. If your SP is adamant, you can definitely ask if you are perfect and if you are straightforward. If the divisional secretaries are straightforward and courage enough, I can tell you one thing. In the trade union, the militancy as well as the knowledge, both are very important. If you are possessing only knowledge, it is waste. Because of the knowledge only, you cannot settle everything. But at the same time, you should possess the militancy also. There are two tenets of the trade union. Both militancy and knowledge put together. Definitely you will come over any situation at division level. Not only at division level, even at the All India level. The courageousness is a must. When you are non-corrupt, when you are perfect in your dealing, you need not worry for any person in the Department of Post. It is such a department. The trade unions are given so much of protection by our predecessors. There are so many concessions we are having. In no other department, there is no monthly meeting at the local level. There is no periodical meeting, regular periodical meeting like our bi-monthly meeting, 4-monthly meeting, RJCM, etc. in any other department. Even you can see the subjects taken by the JCM National Council, there may be a hue and cry to conduct the meeting, periodical meeting with the administration. Even they are not meeting the head of the department, at least once in 2 years or 3 years. But our case is different. Even tomorrow, Janagram want to see the secretary and given seat as a working president, AIPU group, see, he will be permitted to meet the secretary. Even last 10 days before, when Janagram went to directorate along with Comrade Veeramani and Naresh Gupta and others, they met the secretary, they met the DG, everyone. This is the concession available to us. Even you can meet your SSPOs informally many times for everything. The militancy and knowledge is very much required, and also we should always take a very serious and very good cases before the administration. And many comrades used to sing, the trade union is belonging to only Communist Party. It is not the case. I am saying you very frankly, if one person realizes of another person's suffering, suppose one of your colleagues working with you who has been charge-sheeted or who has been harassed on any flimsy reason by the divisional head or something, immediately you feel as if the sorrow is committed to you, as if the injustice caused to him is pertaining to you also, then you are a real unionist. He is a real unionist. To know the sufferings of the others, and also not only know the sufferings of the others, to the what best he can do to assist or help him, he is a real unionist. There is a very beautiful quote. It is a unique privilege of a very few to suffer for the cause of many. It was the quote of Comrade Lenin. It is a unique privilege. That is a unique privilege, not available to everyone. What is that unique privilege? To suffer for the cause of many, for the importance of many, for the cause of many people. If you are suffering, it is your privilege. It is your unique privilege. So the trade union leaders, they are the privileged sufferers. They are the privileged sufferers, not for themselves. They are suffering for the cause of others. Because they are struggling, because they are continuously struggling for the cause of their fellow workers, they are being called as your leaders, and they have been praised by the ordinary working class. Even the members, I can say you, even though they are not exhibiting, they are not ventilating what is in their mind. If one secretary is protecting the members, as if when they are in distress, you are going, asking, approaching and helping, naturally he will think you as a very respectable person. So the trade union secretary, he has to spend his time, even for the ordinary workers also. I can say, why I am saying, actually today I am not discussing about the issues confronting the postal employees. All of you know very well. But at the same time, it is a need that we require a very strong union and also a very strong cadre among the working class, particularly in the postal group C, because it is the intellectual section in the postal employees. The group C is the intellectual section. It can segregate things, what is good and what is bad, what is good for the employees, everything they can segregate because it is the intellectual, nerve of the National Federation of Postal Employees. So all of you, my requirement is, I'm saying that all should contribute to the union. Youngsters, don't compare your counterparts. Don't you compare your friends who were studying with you during the colleges. Their case is different. But you are different. You are protected by the trade union. You are protected by the provision under the Trade Union Act. Even under the RFA rules and others, you are being well protected because you are having every right to fight any injustice locally also. There is a strong divisional union, there is a strong circle union, there will be a strong all India union, everything is there here. And so you need not worry. And involve yourself in the trade union activities. If you are involving in your trade union activities, then only the government will realize. During the earlier days, I can say, when union secretary is entering the chambers of the SPOs, sometimes they may rise or they will ask them to first sit and thereafter they will say, what do you want, like this. But nowadays, they are not respecting the divisional secretaries because they are understanding that members are not with him. Earlier, the director of postal services, they don't know what are all the groups prevailing in the divisions. They were sitting in the chambers and they were monitoring the divisional heads only. Now the divisional secretary, now the director of postal services is saying, who is that fellow, who is that fellow? Because whether we can divide him by granting the system administrator, marketing executive, or some other system manager, some other post we can offer and make them as a part of administration like this. That should not be. We should not forget whether we are system administrator, system manager, marketing executive, postal assistant, LHG, HHG2, HHG1. We are postal workers only. As far the cadre is concerned, we are Group C cadre only. We should not forget this. If we are forgetting the basic item, then they will divide the workers. They will divide the workers by cadre, and naturally you cannot demand furthermore in the future. This is the reality I'm saying. Almost all the issues, whether it is ban on creation, whether ban on creation was removed because of the very strong fight. Today there is a very strong fight is going on by all the unions unitedly against the NPS scheme, National Pension Scheme actually. Because it is not a social security scheme. There should be no discrimination between two equals as per Article 16 of the Union Constitution. One section is, with the old pension scheme, another section is new pension scheme. Itself is a clear discrimination which is against the Constitution. It should not be allowed actually. A very serious fight is going on at all India level. And all the leaders are united and they are focusing very seriously before this. I am saying one thing to you. There was some slowdown of the vote bank, etc. because of the dissatisfaction created among the central government employees by not scrapping the NPS scheme. Now, what it appears in the newspaper? Now the government is planning to introduce a minimum pension under the NPS also. They are having a plan. And they have to implement, because when the pressure is given again and again, more and more, naturally, the government has to yield. Because this is government of the people only. It is not the government of the dictators. It is the government of the people only. They cannot go beyond that. Naturally, they have to implement. They have no alternate. They are going to implement some kind of decision about these NPS also. Even take it for granted, the 8th Pay Commission. It is a need of the hour actually. We are waiting for 10 years for the next Pay Commission. Where is the say? No, nothing is there. When there is a inflation, and also even the 5th Pay Commission or 7th Pay Commission, there was a very clear recommendation that whenever a periodical review should be made in the base structure of the employees, government employees, and it can be revised without awaiting for the next Pay Commission. This was a very clear-cut recommendation made in the 7th Pay Commission also. As such, what is the need? Why should we wait for 10 years? Why should we wait for up to 2026 and thereafter formation of Pay Commission and thereafter giving all these things? What is the need? A permanent wage body which was recommended by the 5th Pay Commission has not been implemented. The government is not ready either to form a permanent wage body or 8th Pay Commission at this juncture, and without union, who can fight? Union is a must. Without union, all the major issues could not be sorted out. Even in the Department of Post, there are many issues. For taking example, the earlier, during 1946, there was a very historic postman strike. It was held during 1946 under the leadership of Comrade Dalway. Very historic. After the strike, there was an agreement. 50% of the clerical vacancies will be earmarked for the postman and MTS for the departmental examination. What happened? Suddenly, last year, it was taken back and 40% was given to the promotee, directly given to the open market. It has happened. Because there is no recognition for NFPE, we could not fight. Then which union is going to fight? Nobody is fighting. This is the state of affair. Even among the NFPE also, the fighting union is the AAPU Group C only. That we know, nobody should forget, because it is having the intellectual brain and also the knowledge and militancy both put together in this union. Now they have changed 40% to the promotees and 60% to the direct recruits. SBCO has been merged with the postal assistant. PACO, there is a proposal, at any time it may come. And also the RMS, sorting assistant, they are going to be merged with the postal assistant because of the continuous protest by the RMS unions. It was temporarily stalled. There is no guarantee it will not happen place at a later stage. What happened? The young comrades who have entered in the department, along with the postal assistant, they are being selected as a sorting assistant. Sorry, excuse me. Sorry, comrade. The sorting assistant who have been selected along with the postal assistant are getting their LG promotion after completion of 30 years. In RMS, they are getting the LG promotion after completion of 30 years. Whereas in our postal, due to the cadre restructuring, we got it. We are getting our LG promotion on completion of 8 years of service. Or some places 9 years, but before MACP1, we are going to get the LG promotion. Earlier, before the cadre restructuring, the total promotional post was 8%. After the cadre restructuring, it has reached to the extent of 40% promoted post only. Now it is 40%. Because of the elevation of more posts for the promotion, our people are getting the earlier promotion. Actually, after the 5th pay commission, the entry pay scale of the postal assistant is very attractive while comparing all other departments. We are getting more. We cannot say now we are very poor at the entry pay scale. But whereas in income tax and other departments, they are getting more promotions and they are getting their salary hike, but that is not being taken place in the Department of Post. Only for that we fought with the cadre restructuring and we got it, and we got one more promotion of non-functional HSG 1 also in the Department of Post. We got it. So for the operative, we got it. At the time, when I was mooting out the proposal of cadre restructuring, there was a heavy criticism among the seniors. What is the need? We have already got MACP 1, 2, 3 like this. What is the need of cadre restructuring? I told them, nowadays, the entry pay scale of a postal assistant is alone not sufficient. There are more youngsters entering in the department. They are expecting some kind of promotion in the department. If we are not providing any promotion avenues to the new youngsters, naturally they will curse the leadership of the existing leadership at a later stage. Thereafter only it was proposed. The cadre restructuring was proposed. Now people are getting some promotion. We are saying it. Actually, we don't want to call it as a LHG, HHG 2, HHG 1 or MACP 1, 2 like this. We want to be called as a senior postmaster, chief postmaster like this only. We don't want the nomenclature. The nomenclature has been changed almost all the department. Now there is no engine driver. He is called as a engine pilot. The status is also very much important. There is no mechanic. They are the caretaker. All the things have been changed. Even I used to say our postman leaders, why should we be called as a postman? We should not be made as a postman. We should be called as a post manager. We should have a decency in our rank. At the time of celebrating the marriage of one of our postman, and when he is saying, what are you doing? I am postman like this. You will not have the respect in the society if you are calling as a post manager, because he is managing the delivery of post. So he can be called as a post manager. Likewise, some kind of designation is also a must, and we are pleading for that also, because not only the promotional values, but also a decent nomenclature by calling the designation. These are also very much essential and important for our postal assistant cadre. We got it, but nomenclature has not been so far changed. That is one of the grievances I am having, that we should seriously pursue that also. But whereas our sorting assistant, who have joined the department along with our postal assistant, they did not get the LG promotion even after completion of 30 years. This is a farce, a very serious injustice. When the PA and SCA we were equated together, but making them like this, it is not correct. It should be modified. It has to be, cadre restructuring has to be implemented in the Department of Post for the RMS sorting assistant. Now the youngsters, they are comparing with the PA and the SCA. They are asking, you demand mutual transfer or Rule 38 transfer from sorting assistant to postal assistant. There is a very clear demand now taking place. Even though the merger of PA-SCA is not desirable and not liking by any union, the ordinary cadres recently recruited our sorting assistant. They are expecting at least Rule 38 transfer as a transfer to the postal assistant, so that they can get their promotion much earlier than the existing set of sorting assistant. Naturally, their demand is very genuine. This is taking place. And similarly, another one important actually, in the 7th Pay Commission, we made it very clear in our memorandum the duties of our postal, whether it is in the 6th Pay Commission also and 7th Pay Commission also, we made it very clear before the Pay Commission that the nature of duties performed by the postal assistant cannot be compared with any other department or any other cadre, and it is exceptionally different. And also, so much of, software no department is dealing, and we were having 1,600 screens at that time. We were putting everything before the Pay Commission, and we placed our postal assistant should be called as a executive postal assistant or executive assistant. They should be given with the entry pay scale of level 6, and earlier it was 4,200 grade pay. We should not be granted with 2,400 grade pay. It should be granted with 4,200 grade pay. A very detailed memorandum was submitted to the 7th Pay Commission. You can go through the memorandum even on today in my personal blog, that is Kayveeyes.blogspot.com. It is available. I have exhibited everything there. It is really an encyclopedia for all of you to know the rules, department rules, segregated topic wise, and everything is available there. It is that I am maintaining this up to date. Till date, I am maintaining, updating everything only because for the benefits of all of you working at the grass level. While we were submitting the Pay Commission, the department has submitted one memorandum one reply to our memorandum. The union is demanding 4,200 grade pay, but their nature of work is definitely cumbersome, and they can be granted with level 5, that is 2,800 grade pay. that was recommended by the Department of Post. Within 6 days, they subsequently sent one corrigendum memorandum to Pay Commission stating, all along we are comparing the postal assistant with the UDC, and so that their pay scale need not be revised. For 2,400 is sufficient for them. And also their educational qualification is +2 only. Likewise, they submitted. The Pay Commission, after studying both the memorandum, other hours and the department, they finally told enhancement of educational qualification is up to the department level based on the functional requirement. And also, since there are contradictory statements received from the department, they don't want to revise the pay scale, recommend for the revision of pay scale to the postal assistant. So we did not get the justice after the 7th Pay Commission. But the department, 1 year before, they have enhanced the qualification, entry post qualification as graduation. Naturally, you should enhance the entry pay scale of the postal assistant. They did not do it actually. They did not do it actually. Actually, the entry, if the educational qualification is fixed as, graduation, in all the department, the entry pay scale is not less than 2,800 grade pay, that is level 5. But whereas this has not been accepted. When a subject was placed by the unions before the department in the departmental council, it was simply stated, changing the educational qualification does not change the quality and function of the postal assistant. It was a reply by the department. I don't understand what is the reply. They have simply denied. But it is a very justified and very clear demand that we should be given the entry pay scale of at least level 5, actually, at least 2,800 grade pay, if not granted by 4,200 grade pay. A very clear injustice. This we cannot permit also. This we cannot accept it also. A very big problem. And similarly, there is another demand, very important demand, urging demand, is for the formation of next cadre review. As per the DOPT guidelines, once the cadre restructuring is completed and another pay commission has submitted the recommendation, the concerned department can go for the next cadre review. 5 years has gone. 7th Pay Commission has released its recommendation. So naturally, we are entitled for the next cadre restructuring. When we are placing the demand, that has not been considered, that has been rejected actually. Because they are saying that the earlier cadre review has not been fully implemented. It has been fully implemented. The post has not been filled up because of the non-grant of relaxation of HHG2 and HHG1 recruitment rules about the minimum service. It has been raised to 6 years and 5 years. Earlier it was 3 years. At the time of change of recruitment rules during 2011, the DOPT has given a very clear assurance that after the approval of the HHG2 and HHG1 recruitment rules, you can send a proposal, it will be revised as 3 years. But that has not been made so far. After 10 years also, that has not been made so far. Even recently, the one-time relaxation was given for HHG2. It is useless actually. For the 2023 vacancies, most of the people are getting eligible after the next year vacancy only. It was not given. That is also a one-time measure also. They should give the relaxation for at least 2 or 3 years. Thereafter only the post will be filled up. But that cannot be taken as a ruse to deny the next cadre restructuring. Next cadre restructuring is different and this is different. Non-filling up HHG1, HHG2 posts is entirely different from the exercising the next cadre restructuring for the postal employee. A very clear injustice. When it was told it cannot be made like this. Why? When officers are taking so much of cadre restructuring, 5th, 5th cadre restructuring, 6th cadre restructuring like this, Why not the post assistant for the second cadre restructuring? While sending proposal, we can demand the promotion, that is, hierarchical promotion, right from the postal assistant to the senior superintendent of post officers. When the IPs are Group B, the Group Bs, now they are getting, and they are, they are being promoted to the post of Postmaster General because of the cadre restructuring. Why not the same be extended to our postal employee? The postal assistant who can reach up to the level of senior superintendent of post officers, and that should be the next cadre restructuring. That should be the motto for our proposal in the next cadre restructuring. The next cadre restructuring is also a very much important. There are a lot of issues. If I am going to deal all these things, I don't want to hold you for a long time. I have requested your division secretary to allot me 30 minutes. I think I have crossed the 30 minutes now itself. But however, I am saying a lot of problems are pending. For settlement of all the problems, the trade union is very much essential. Not only the trade union means that is AIPU Group C and the National Federation of Postal Employees. That is very much essential, very much important for the betterment of the postal employees. Don't forget. Always be proud that you are the member of the AIPU Group C and also a part and parcel of National Federation of Postal Employees. That is a militant organization. That is a apolitical, non-affiliated to any political organization like FNBO with the INTUC, with the Congress Union, or BMS, BPF with the BMS and BJP affiliated union. We have not affiliated ourselves to any union. Even though some of the leaders, they are having some lenient with any political party, we will not allow any political party to dominate hereafter in the postal union, and we will function as apolitical and always upholding the principle of the postal employees' issues and their settlement. It is going to happen. We are going to get back our recognition very shortly. We are going to function. Don't get yourself rejected. 1960, we got 2 years derecognition period. 68, we got that much of 2.5 years derecognition period. During 2009, we got a period of 1.5 months, which has been immediately withdrawn by the department. The Bharatiya Union has filed a case against the AIPU Group C, and our recognition was withdrawn in April 2009, which has been squashed by the same High Court Chennai in the month of June, and within 1.5 months we got back our recognition. But this time, 1 year has gone, no problem. But still the members are having faith only with the AIPU Group C. They are having full faith on our union. And this loyalty with our union, it will never go. Some youngsters, they may not be knowing the past history, but they will understand that NFPE and AIPU Group C were the only fighting unions and none others. They were only namesake. They can request the SPOs for leave arrangements or some transfer arrangement or some medical bill or some bill arrangement, but they will not fight against any injustice. Whether it is a rotational transfer, any injustice is caused to any official, the divisional union of AIPU Group C alone will fight. Comrade, I am very proud to say, you are having an excellent circuit secretary, an intellectual circuit secretary in your Karnataka Circle. During my service, I am seeing that he is fully devoting his time to the union. And all the issues, he is taking care of everything. And I am having the apprehension and also some sort of, some fear psychosis also after his retirement. That is, after 2 months, who will be his successor, and what will be the position of your Karnataka Circle, whether there will be any void. Otherwise, the void will be filled up by a next generation leadership. I am very much worried. But the services of Janagiraman can never be compared with anyone, even on today. I am very proudly say. I want to say so many words about Janagiraman on today's meeting, but I missed the very greatest opportunity. I can curse my ill health also, not else. So I lost the chance, lost the opportunity to be with you in your presence. Anyhow, I am really happy. I have been given a chance and I have taken most of your time. I mean, more time I have taken, and for which I am very much thankful to everyone. I am very much particularly thankful to Comrade Avinash, and we are lovely comrades. Even though I am not having any personal contact, personal companion with him over phone, I could understand how much affection he is possessing with all of us, and particularly me. And also the compere, who has told many things about me. I don't know whether I am worthful to that extent. But one thing, I am loyal to this moment, still loyal. Till last breath, I will be loyal to this moment, and I will be an ordinary worker who want to take our NFPE flag further and further throughout the nation. With this, I am concluding. Thank you very much, comrade. Thank you once again. Kindly excuse me. Thank you very much, comrade.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.